Breakfast. Let's talk politics. Co-leader of the Greens, Russel Norman, joining us this morning. Morning, Russell.
Good morning, Wemo. How's it going?
Good. Feeling the pain of public transport this morning. The negatives, the downside of public transport. Being surrounded by people maybe you don't want to be surrounded by so early in the morning. Crikey, it's a noisy bus.
Yeah, it's a bunch of schoolgirls who are taking over the back seat, mate.
As they should. That's where all the cool kids hang out.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. First of all, I want to talk about the polls. The Greens doing very well in not just one or two polls, but most of the polls, and trending towards that 10% by the looks of things. That's pretty positive.
Yeah, it is. We've had a good poll, so I mean, hopefully that translates into votes. But we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, well, and I guess the challenge over the next couple of months is to keep the foot on the gas, as it were. Although that's not a very green thing to say, but with the Rugby World Cup, a lot of attention, of course, being diverted to sport. What are your tactics? How are you going to take on the field with keeping issues in the news?
Well, we're going to have to go with the flow a little bit. You can't fight the Rugby World Cup. So, there'll still be some political space during all of this. So we'll be looking for the political space where it exists. Yeah. I mean, not everyone is following the Rugby World Cup with every ounce of their soul. People still have a bit of attention for other things, and there is an election coming up. Yeah,
I can see some of the news channels diverting some of their press gallery staff to covering World Cup events. I can see Duncan Garner, Espiner perhaps diverted off to some of the provinces perhaps to catch up on the latest rugby in those regions.
Yeah, there will be some diversion, no question about it. Yeah. And also, presumably, John Key is going to staple himself to Richie McCaw, and so he'll just stick as close as he possibly can to the All Blacks.
Yeah.
So, there'll be. I think it's going to be a pretty challenging little period.
Yeah. Actually, is there a positive news story that John Key doesn't staple himself to? He always seems to be giving comment on this, that and the other thing. I've never seen a Prime Minister have so much say on every single thing in New Zealand, or every single positive thing in New Zealand.
Yeah, or a negative thing. Like, think about how he threw himself into the Pike River disaster and promised all sorts of things that he never bothered to deliver on, like getting the bodies out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, he just throws himself into whatever it is, and, yeah, that's their strategy, is, he just tries to avoid the hard issues and throws himself into the nice ones, or the ones where he thinks he can look prime ministerial.
Yeah. Hey, talking about mining, seeing you brought it up, National have said something about open cast mines, which I thought New Zealand has made it pretty clear that they weren't into with all those marches that they did a couple of years ago. But something about open cast mining. What's the guts of that?
The guts of it is that there's a lot of mining opportunities on the conservation estate that are in areas that are really ecologically important but aren't currently scheduled for, the special part of the conservation estate that's of high value. And so National's saying, look, we're going to go ahead with open cast mining on the conservation estate in areas that aren't scheduled for. So that includes the Denison Plateau, which is this amazing, incredible ecosystem on the west coast of the South Island, which is habitat for great spotted kiwi and our amazing carnivorous snails, the Poelefanta, and this kind of coal measure, as it's called, ecosystem. But they're going to mine that for the coal. That's their plan at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, is this all land that should be in Schedule 4?
Yeah, I mean, the Denison Plateau should have been put in Schedule 4 ages ago. There's quite a bit of land that should have gone into Schedule 4 that isn't. And so the danger is that National will go, oh, look, we're protecting Schedule 4, but you're going to lose a lot of other ecologically significant areas. I mean, the environmentalists, we're pretty upset about mining that at Denison Plateau.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at a completely different issue, something that you've been looking at over the past week. Overseas companies coming into New Zealand and committing fraud, or even New Zealand companies committing fraud. There have been links between a local company and a Panamanian financier alleged to be involved in crime and the field fears that overseas criminals are favouring New Zealand registered companies to perpetrate fraud.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. The story is basically that the process for registering companies in New Zealand is incredibly simple compared to other places. And so they have these agents, company formation agents. They come here and form literally thousands of new companies, all at the same address, and then use those companies in various complicated overseas international tax avoidance and fraud transactions.
Right.
And the web of all the different companies makes it very, very difficult to trace what the hell's going on. And then because New Zealand doesn't even enforce its own laws very well, when the overseas authorities come to us and say, hey, we want some information about these companies, we're unable to provide it to them because we don't have the information ourselves. We really need to tighten up the way we do that, let companies form here, because it's become an open door.
Are we like the Swiss of the South Pacific?
A little bit. I wish have you seen Switzerland has moved to cap its currency. It's like, in New Zealand we have this long angst about, the currency's getting too high. The Swiss have said, right, that's it. We are going to print Swiss francs and buy overseas currency to stop our currency rising any higher in unlimited quantities. So they have said they will just keep printing Swiss francs and buying overseas currencies to stop their currency rising any further whatsoever.
That can't end very well.
Well, I mean, it's worked so far because all the speculators have gone, oh, bugger, there's no point betting on the Swiss franc. We may as well go somewhere else. So no doubt they'll come into the Kiwi dollar.
But surely no good can come from printing money.
Well, in their case, all that will happen is that they will end up with a very large stock of overseas currency in the Reserve Bank. So the Reserve Bank will end up with large amounts of US dollars and all the rest of it.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. Okay.
Yeah.
Just very quickly, staying on this then, what would you, because one of the benefits of being able to set up a company in New Zealand is that you can do it quickly and you can get things off the ground, and Lord knows we need some good exporters and some small businesses to become larger businesses through entrepreneurs and startups. So, what would you change there, though?
Even if you said that New Zealand registered companies had to have one person that was domiciled in New Zealand on their board, it would make a significant difference. Right. And then, of course, if MED just did the basic work of checking out some of these companies. I mean, the blogosphere is turning over all these companies, and MED's following, and they've just deregistered 1,800 of them. Then, there's also just basic checking, because the people involved, it's pretty obvious who's doing it.
Okay. Good-o. All right. Thanks very much, Russell. Sounds like you're off the bus and on your way. Thanks for joining us.
Okay. See you very much.
See ya. Russell Norman, co-leader